Previously on Interracial Reviews.
We got Stark up top. He's gonna need us to...
I heard you guys were looking for some help.
You know, you may not be a threat, but you better stop pretending to be a hero.
Hey, I'm trying to help here, okay? Now the adventure continues. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. That's fine, that's fine, that's fine. You're just jealous because I can fly. And Captain is like, oh, you don't want to be kids? Whatever. Jessica Jones. What the hell are you doing here?
Hey, rise and shine, big boy. How you feeling?
Is everybody okay?
Oh, they're fine. Everybody else is fine.
Thank God. I'm so sorry. I really wanted to be part of the Avengers so bad. I wanted to help out. Sometimes I just feel alone, you know. Wanna join me? Yeah? Okay. And then you just connect the battery to it. So turn it on. I'm gonna turn on the lights. In today's episode, we're gonna be reviewing Marvel's Infinity Gauntlet comic book from 1991. We're also gonna be comparing it with the recently released movie Avengers Infinity War. So if you haven't seen the movie or if you haven't read the comic book, do not watch this episode. Alright, so let's get started. Infinity Gauntlet came out in 1991. It is a 6-issue comic book storyline. And here we are. We're going to start with the first one, the Infinity Gauntlet. Here Thanos starts with all the gems already. He has the Infinity Gauntlet and he already collected the gems. He is a god. The first act that he does as a god is to please Death, which he is in love with. And he just snaps his fingers and he just vanish half of the population of the universe. We see somebody coming out from space that is going to come in hand later on. So let's move on to the second issue. The second issue is more of the same thing. We see Thanos trying to impress Death with all the stuff that he can do with the Power Glove.
Power Glove. Everything else is child's play.
With the Infinity Gauntlet. Then we go back to Earth and there's a cool page that shows how many superheroes have disappeared. I was very bummed out when I saw a couple that I wanted to see in action, but they were gone. So Adam Warlock finally enters, or I guess get out of his cocoon, and he's the one who apparently knows everything about the gauntlet. In the movie, we still haven't seen Adam Warlock except for the last after credit scene of Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2.
I think I shall call him Adam.
Issue number 3. This is when Thanos has a fit because Death doesn't correspond his love. So something happened that he throws a fit and it creates a gravitational wake or whatever, which, believe it or not, causes a lot of earthquake on Earth, and it makes Earth drift away from the sun, creating Ice Age. Pretty epic. That still has not been seen in the movie, hopefully in the second part. Back on Earth, we see Captain America and we see everybody else trying to work together to form an army to fight Thanos. Thanos is so pissed right now that Death doesn't love him that he creates a woman for him. Isn't that awesome? Wish I had the power. The first wave of attack starts with Warlock pretty much being the master planner. Issue number 4. We see every single Avenger trying to fight him. Pretty cool illustration, as you guys can see. And Vision. Vision in here, again, spoiler alert, Vision dies pretty fast in this comic book. Very close to how he dies in the movie. In the movie you see Thanos ripping off his the Mind Stone. Here he doesn't have a Mind Stone, but he pretty much ripped his heart. Issue number 5. Here the Celestials, some of them after being condensed by Warlock and the other Avengers, decide to help in a fight, in fighting Thanos. And one of the cool things that you see is 2 Celestials, I guess, grabbing these nuts, pulling a bunch of planets to pretty much crush Thanos. Now that's pretty cool, because in the movie we see Thanos do kind of the same thing with the moon when he just grab him and just throw it at everybody. That is a very cool notch to the comic book. Again, no attack is effective against Thanos. Thanos is something that most people don't understand. Once Thanos have the Infinity Gauntlet with all the gems, nobody can beat him. Nobody. That's it. It's done. Thanos pretty much beat every Celestial, and not only beats them, he put them like in a whatever, frozen in time. He feels so powerful that he just decides to leave his body, his physical body, and become an entity. And that's where his downfall starts. Thanos loves torturing people. One of those people is Nebula. Throughout the whole comic book, he has her walking around like a zombie. Pretty bad, pretty sad. So when Thanos leaves his body to become something else, Nebula seizes the opportunity and grabs the gauntlet. That is something that we haven't seen in the movies, but we did see in the movie. We saw Nebula being tortured, pretty much dissected. That is a direct notch to the comic book. Once Nebula grabs the gauntlet, that's it. She reverts everything that Thanos has done, and she banished Thanos to Limbo. A portal opens and sucks Thanos to Earth, and that portal was made back by Doctor Strange. In the meantime, Nebula is struggling with the power that now she has. Back on Earth, the Avengers talk to Thanos, and Doctor Doom and all the Avengers decide to join forces. Very odd, to go attack Thanos. And that's the end of that issue. The final issue, number 6. Now, even though Nebula turned everything back to normal, Adam Warlock steals one to get the gauntlet, okay? He doesn't trust anybody but himself. So by this time, Nebula is fighting whatever left are from the Avengers and the Celestials. It's a huge fight, very powerful. And on the other side of the galaxy, Adam Warlock kind of mind meld with the Silver Surfer. I think inside the Soul Gem. If you guys know better than me, just comment below. On his way to fight Thanos, Adam Warlock becomes one with the universe and start calling the other gems from within the Soul Gem. And finally, Adam Warlock gets the gauntlet. He did promise to be a good god, to use the gauntlet for good and balance, whatever that means. So the whole story ends with Warlock taking Doctor Strange and Silver Surfer to a planet which he visits every time he becomes a god. And the reason why Warlock took them there is for them to see who's there. Thanos, a retired, wear down, more wise Thanos. So that's about it, guys. That's my review of Infinity Gauntlet, the comic book from 1991. Please don't forget to subscribe for a chance to win one of these 4 prizes in our giveaway once we reach 100 subscribers. Alright, I gotta check on Captain America.